Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our 2007 playthrough of TNA right here on Total Extreme Wrestling. I'm BrendenPlayz. We are coming off our recent Victory Road pay-per-view, and to show you that we had a pretty good show in the end, 94 rated. It certainly could have been a lot better. Unfortunately, our main event of Christian versus Chris Jericho just didn't quite live up to the hype. 92 rated in the end. The Addiction, they defeated America's Most Wanted by countout, but unfortunately in that match, which was 95 rated, Fallen Angel suffered an injury. He'll be out for the next 27 days, so he's going to miss the next pay-per-view most likely, or be very, very close to getting back. Jeff Hardy, he defeated Samoa Joe in a great match, 95 rated as well. Bound for Glory Series match, of course, as well as the Jericho and Christian matchup. Gail Kim defeated Lita. We had Sting. He returned after a month hiatus and a lot of build and promos leading up to this return. He returned and formed the Main Event Mafia group determined to take over TNA, and the guys that are in the group want to return to their former glory. Ric Flair debuted, of course. Jeff Jarrett and Scott Steiner joined the group as well, so more on that today. Abyss defeated AJ Styles in a Bound for Glory Series match. Epic match, 99 rated, very, very good. Unfortunately, not the main event though. Jay Lethal, he won the X Division title, a huge upset, defeating Alex Shelley. After Alex Shelley was basically saying that, he's got no chance, kind of rating him pretty lowly, maybe not, not high enough. New Age Outlaws, they defeated Team Canada as well. Needed to give them a bit of a win. Matt Morgan defeated Scott Steiner, Shinsuke Nakamura, R-Truth, Rhino, and A-Train in a six-pack challenge. And Matt Morgan, because he won that match, got, I think it was 25 points. It might have been overall 18 points. Yeah, 18 points for winning that match in the Bound for Glory Series, which takes him to 25 points. So can you believe that? That is outrageous. So he won the six-pack challenge. We had Team 3D beat Austin Aries and Roddy Strong. Test beat Cesaro, and Melina defeated Sarah Del Rey to keep the Impact Knockouts title, which actually ended up being a pretty good match in the end. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Bound for Glory rankings right here on our second edition of the Bound for Glory series. Matt Morgan in first place, 25 points. Abyss second, 17, alongside Christian and Jeff Hardy all have 17. That is your top four at the moment. If Bound for Glory, the series was about to end right here, right now, well, they would be the men going through to the finals. You need to get above that red line. Chris Jericho and A-Train sit on 14, Samoa Joe 10, Styles 10, Scott Steiner and Nakamura 1 win, 7 points. Rhino and R-Truth, Ron Killings yet to get a win as of right now. Alright, so obviously today we need to keep on moving along with the series. We are now on the road to Hard Justice. We have a bit of a smaller turnaround, about 3 weeks. Normally we have 4 weeks in between pay-per-views. This time it's 3 weeks, so a smaller turnaround, which means we need to start building up some matches and get things going a little bit quicker. Now, we need to decide what we're going to do with the world title. We're going to have Jeff Jarrett challenge Hassan. Some people really wanted to see Hassan defend, and some people want to see Hassan lose the belt soon. I feel like we're at the point where Hassan has held the title for so long. There's only a few more months to go. We may as well have him go through to Bound for Glory. And I might have, since Jeff Jarrett has a mandatory title shot for winning King of the Mountain, give him the title shot. He might fail, but maybe the Main Event Mafia get that success later on. It takes them some time to get things right, because if they just won the title straight away, would that be realistic that these guys can all of a sudden overnight turn things around? I don't know. But I'm liking the Main Event Mafia, and this week I'm looking forward to seeing how Ric Flair goes. He's not obviously going to wrestle, but it goes in terms of his microphone skills and cutting a promo and kind of representing Main Event Mafia. He's not managing anybody at the moment, but I might change that and have him manage Jeff Jarrett and see how he goes there, because I think he would be quite useful in that role, and he might even manage Scott Steiner. I think what I might do with Steiner is have him team up with Sting. I think Steiner and Sting as a tag team, that legendary team, would work quite well. I think I was always going to have maybe Sting as the manager because of his ring skills, but I think if Sting competes as a singles guy, it's just not going to be as good. But if he's competing alongside Steiner, his stats and performances will improve. So I'm thinking that Sting and Steiner together as the Main Event Mafia would be really good, and that will obviously give us a strong tag team in the division. And Jeff Jarrett can maybe be the singles guy until perhaps we bring in a young gun or maybe Samoa Joe to join the group down the line. Hopefully Sting and Steiner have some good chemistry so we can make this tag team work, but you know, if it does work and they have maybe good chemistry or they don't, well, it should certainly give both guys something to do, make them a little bit stronger, and probably improve their performances quite a bit. Obviously Steiner's still in the Bound for Glory series at the moment, but you know, we can maybe work something out there and have him do something on the side outside of the series, at least to test them out. So, you know, looking at Sting, it's either, if this doesn't work, I don't really know what to do with Sting. His stats are not bad, but it's just his age is catching up to him. It's just really hurting him so greatly. You know, his popularity, it's still solid. It's 82. He's 48. You know, he's still got a lot to offer, I think. You know, we've improved his stats a little bit physically ourselves. We've edited his stats a little bit to improve them. Hasn't really worked, you know, because comparing his stats to other mods have got him rated a little bit higher. But you can see his stats have been declining throughout the series quite greatly. Even his mic skills have fallen just a little bit as well, which is disappointing. So, I don't know. Is Sting, do we need to consider retiring him? I really don't want to because of his legendary status. I'm hoping that this Main Event Mafia tag team will turn Sting around and give us another really strong heel tag team at the top. And maybe they could get a run with the belts as well. That would be pretty exciting to see. So Steiner's got some popularity. Steiner has had some real surge in popularity in recent times because of his good match results and good promos, which surprised me how well he's been doing. But yeah, it's worked out pretty well for Scott Steiner indeed. So we'll have to see what happens, to see how things go. But I'm pretty hopeful that things will work out pretty well for Steiner and Sting. And like I said, we got Ric Flair there, hoping there's a bit of chemistry there. And you know, Jeff Jarrett, I think he's not my top choice to be the head of the group. I wouldn't really ever have him as the world champion again, but he's the guy we need to use right now, and it's that veteran status. Until we get someone else in that role, I think he's the right choice. You know, we could even perhaps bring a woman into the group as well, something to think about. And you know, maybe find, you know, another veteran wrestler to put in. I was also considering as well the New Age Outlaws, a tag team. You know, if we didn't go with the Main Event Mafia tag team with Steiner and Sting, I thought maybe putting Billy Gunn and Road Dogg, turning them heel, putting them in the team, because they are more of an older team. They're a bit more of a veteran team. They're just struggling a little bit to kind of break through the mold right now. I thought that could be something interesting there. So it's an idea that I also had as well. Let me know what you think about that one, but for right now, I'm happy with Sting and Steiner. I don't want to have two tag teams in the Mafia, I guess, as well, because that would, you know, if one tag team is the champion, what's the other tag team going to really fight for, you know? So it kind of makes things a little difficult to do it that way. That being said, we might have a quick look at developmental and just kind of show you some recent results. Just have a quick little eye on, you know, what's been going on down in Global Force Wrestling. So they had their WrestleRama 2007. So a big event there by the sounds of it. Nearly 5,000 attendance, which is pretty good for a developmental. Seth Rollins beating DDP, Harry Smith, and Hardcore Holly to keep the GFW title. Matt Morgan beating Cody Rhodes to retain the global title. 74, that's pretty good. Matt Morgan is a beast though. TJ Wilson beat TJ Wilson and Nick, defeated Joe and Shane. Really annoying how they don't have TJ and Harry Smith teaming up. They just don't want to do it. MVP versus Roman Reigns was 68, which gives me some hope that I forgot I even had Roman Reigns. It gives me some hope that MVP is closer to the main roster than we think. He's got 40 popularity, so he's not going to improve any more there. He's got good mic skills. He's wrestling, you know, 70 brawl, which is very good actually. You know, at worst, you could always have MVP compete in brawl-based matches. But you can see his chain wrestling and mat wrestling's really improved as well. So he's very close. Good basics, that's improved quite a lot. Psychology is pretty good now. So I give MVP a real chance to succeed. He's 33, so you kind of want him to get up to the main roster soon, and he's not actually developing any further at the moment. He's just on the roster improving, but he is possibly a candidate to get the call up soon. Christy Hemme, I think she's probably the closest woman to get the call up. I wouldn't mind bringing her up soonish to give us another woman to play around with as well on the main roster, because some of our women just haven't been great, and also it gives us potential. Maybe we could send a Taylor Wilde or something like that back down to developmental just to give them some time to improve again or something like that. So it gives us that little power play up our sleeve. So I'm not sure when I'll do that, maybe after Bound for Glory, but we do need to give Melina a feud at the moment, because we've got Lita and Gail Kim, but our champion Melina isn't really up to much, which is a little bit disappointing. So we'd like to give her something more to do. So we'll try and figure something out there. No real new storylines, I suppose, heading out of this pay-per-view. A lot of things are tied up in the Bound for Glory series. We could probably end Gail Kim and Lita now that Gail Kim won, but there needs to be a third match between the two, so we could probably do the third and final match, and everything else is real kind of, it's still pretty fresh, pretty new, so still more to be done there. The only thing that needs to be added is perhaps maybe another mid-card feud, or as I said, a knockouts feud. Alright, with that being said, let's move along and let's book the Impact show for the week. So the results for this week's Impact show: Rocky Romero versus Sanjay Dutt on the pre-show. 73 overall, Rocky Romero 76, pretty good. Sanjay 69. So yeah, we brought in Romero to kind of give us an extra body for the X Division, and someone who has had some success outside of TNA. His popularity is increasing, so we thought we'd capitalize on that, and he's done a good job here. 76 is a pretty good performance. Open up the show with the Main Event Mafia talking about their plans for TNA. When Hassan came out, he approached the Main Event Mafia and kind of tried to downplay those plans, saying he is the champion, he is the true runner of the show. 99, so a good start to the show indeed. And Ric Flair's getting better at his gimmick, so that's good. And Scott's starting to improvise well, but his gimmick is getting stale, so we want to freshen that one up. Jay Lethal, Roderick Strong, we put the X Division title on the line, so we wanted to give Jay Lethal a few title wins before he's probably going to lose it back at the next pay-per-view. These two didn't click. 68 of a matchup. Roderick Strong, really bad, 49. Jay Lethal, 65. Then Shelley decided, alright, enough is enough. It's time to take this guy a little bit more serious. He comes out and attacks Jay Lethal after the match. So, getting a bit of sympathy on Jay Lethal. Had a big night, big celebration. Backs it up with a title defense, beating Roderick Strong. Fantastic. Gets a bit of reality check the next night, though. Kings of Wrestling defeated the Insane Asylum in an 85 rated match. Nicely done. Cesaro 98, Chris Hero 92, Test 78. Wow. That's really good from Test. Kevin Thorne lacking 65, but Test 78. Wow, that's pretty good. Kings of Wrestling were good overall, 85, and they get the big win there. We're going to probably have them go over Insane Asylum and probably leap above them in the tag division because they're doing so damn well. I think it's time to get them the title hunt. We had a promo afterwards. They challenged America's Most Wanted to a match. So that's our backup plan. We've got Cesaro and Chris Hero, who might be the next #1 contenders. They've challenged them to a match, so we probably will do a multi-man match and incorporate the other two teams that are feuding at the moment, but we've got that in the bank right there. Kazarian took on Chris Harris one-on-one, and yeah, some people have asked me, why don't you give Chris Harris a chance to see how he goes as singles? Can he survive on his own? 87. That's pretty crazy from Chris Harris. 87 in-ring performance. Kazarian 86, 88 rated match. So continuing that feud for this week, even though Fallen Angel's not there. So nicely done, those two. Had a hype video for Goldberg and Lashley. Just couldn't find time for the two on the show this week. I kind of forgot about them, but I'm sure we'll put them on the show next week. But a hype video is all it needed to be, considering the big angle took place at Victory Road. We then tested out the Main Event Mafia as a tag team, and here's the results. Scott Steiner, 76, that's pretty good. Sting, this is a little bit better, 67. Now, they don't have good or bad chemistry, that's okay. Their opponents were Marufuji and Kenta. Kenta, 89, Marufuji, 85, so great team, obviously. 80 overall. But, yeah, Sting and Steiner, not too bad. Not too bad. Like I said, they will be a lot better as a tag team if they take on teams that can carry them like these guys can. They'll have a decent performance. So we gave Sting and Steiner obviously the victory over Refuge and Kenta. Lita, Gail Kim and Awesome Kong involved in a segment where Gail Kim came out and said she proved that she's better than Lita all this time. Lita took a bit of offense to it, came out, and the two started brawling and until she was thrown off thanks to Awesome Kong. Had a promo by Abyss and Christian Cage hyping themselves up for their match against Chris Jericho and Jeff Hardy. So it's a Bound for Glory series match, but it's for the first time I think we're going to do a tag team match. So this actually could end up being really good. Abyss and Christian versus Jericho and Jeff Hardy. So, you know, Abyss and Christian right up there in the top rankings alongside Jeff Hardy. Chris Jericho down a little bit. So this could have quite big implications on the rankings here. Wow, there you go. So 98 rated match. We thought this would be really, really good, and it definitely was. Christian 95, Abyss 96, Chris Jericho 95, Jeff Hardy 95, 98 overall match. Excellent, excellent, excellent. You cannot, can't be, not happy with that. So, and the best part is we got 4 guys involved in the one matchup. We only had the one Bound for Glory series match this week, but I'm going to do a few on Explosion. Some of the lesser guys like Rhino and R-Truth, I put them on Explosion this week to cover their matches. And that's a 95 rated Impact. Wow, so really, really solid show with a great main event. We had a good open with the segment, but we didn't have much else. I mean, we had Chris Harris and Kazarian, which was good, but I was surprised we got that high of a rating, to be fair, but I will not... I'll be happy. I'm not disappointed, that is for sure. But, yeah, so didn't quite cover too much of the Bound for Glory series, but obviously we did a lot at the pay-per-view, so that's okay. A couple of news tidbits here. Michael Hayes, his contract expiring, no interest from me. Psychosis, he would probably be pretty good for the X division, but we're going to leave him in WWE. But yeah, he definitely would be pretty good. He's always been a pretty decent worker. 8.89 rating for Impact, and that's about it there. So just a quick little look. Fallen Angel, 25 days to be out for with the staph infection, so it's going to be a while before we do see him back in the ring. So the big test this week was Steiner and Sting, and I'm pretty happy with their result. I don't think it was, I don't think you could have done any better than that. Scott Steiner's doing really well. He's got 90 in Mid-Atlantic, that's pretty crazy. Sting, the promos are helping him out as well. He's bumped up a little bit more to 84, 83. Ric Flair, his involvement's been handy, as has Jeff Jarrett's. So overall, the Main Event Mafia are all mid-80s or above. Sting's a little bit lower. Surprisingly, Sting's actually the lowest out of the whole group. If we can get him up to 90 plus, that'd be awesome. And obviously, the more popularity for Sting, the better he's going to perform. So that's the other thing to kind of consider as well. But yeah, overall, really good stuff. Very, very happy with that. And you've got to be. You've got to be happy with that start to the Main Event Mafia, and hopefully it continues to get better. The other thing I want to do as well, I want to turn Homicide face and do Chavo and Homicide as the LAX, and then bring up Hernandez when he is ready to go. So we kind of need to organize that. He's been sitting here waiting to turn for a long time, and he's not doing a lot. So we might need to think about finishing that turn. And the other thing I'm thinking about as well is Melina. I was looking at a list of opponents for Melina, and I've realized there literally is nobody. She's beaten everybody there is to beat. It's not good. So we're at the point where we might have to turn Melina heel just to freshen her up. Which reminds me, I need to freshen up Scott Steiner. But just to freshen her up and also give her some new opponents, because she is struggling to find anyone else to face. We've given her Sarah Del Rey again, but we don't necessarily want to do that again because she's already beaten her. But you can see she's won 19, lost 2 matches this entire year. She lost a tag team match twice, so she hasn't even lost a singles match yet the entire year. So she's been on a roll. She's been unstoppable. And there's no real surprise by that, because she's quite clearly our best woman, our best knockout on the roster. But there really is no one for her to face. If we did turn Melina heel, you could give her the likes of Lita, Molly Holly, Christy Hemme when we bring her up. So there's a few more options for Melina, and I don't really have any plans to take the title off Melina, to be honest. I thought maybe Bound for Glory, but we don't have a woman that's really there yet. The only other woman we have that's going any good is Gail Kim. We got Alyssa Flash and others that are performing well, but their popularity isn't quite there yet. Beth Phoenix has probably been the best performing woman in terms of getting her popularity over. She's only in the 50s. Awesome Kong, leeching off Gail Kim's only got the 50. So there's a few bright spots there, but nothing really special. So our knockouts, whilst it's been a bit of a side project, we've kind of failed a little bit in really executing on getting some of these women to that next spot. I think the key to their progression is definitely segments, doing more segments, more storyline related stuff rather than matches. So we might have to go ahead and try and incorporate more of that to our booking plans, and we are looking to try and get these women their popularity to 50 plus, because a lot of them are stuck down the 40s. You know, you can see the 40 is the benchmark. That's the bare minimum that anyone can be on our roster. So you can see they're kind of stuck down around that 40 mark, which is not ideal. So we can get them up there. That will help us out big time. Another team as well, Chris Hero is at 68, 66. Cesaro moving into the 60s now, so that's good news. Obviously, we're going to plan for them to have perhaps a title match at the next pay-per-view, which would, I think, be great. Their performances have been unreal. Unreal. They are matching our best teams on the roster, which is fantastic. And the other thing I kind of forgot to mention as well is I kind of forgot we had Matt Hardy. He debuted at the pay-per-view. I actually forgot we even had him this week, and we didn't kind of follow that one up. So we have to think about what we're going to do with Matt Hardy. He made his appearance at the pay-per-view helping out Jeff, but he might need to do something else. I'm not sure. Maybe he starts a singles feud or something like that until Jeff Hardy's free for the Bound for Glory series, but he's definitely a good worker, and he's got 74 popularity, so I think we could probably find someone for him to work with. It's a shame that he wasn't able to compete in the Bound for Glory series. If he had came a little bit earlier, we could have organised that. I think he would have been a great asset to that, but not to be anyways. But Matt Hardy, definitely someone we've got to consider, definitely someone we've got to try and find something for. And if you know, Matt Morgan was in the Bound for Glory series as well, maybe Matt Hardy would be a good candidate to hold the global title, maybe even to take it away from him for a few months whilst Morgan's busy. I don't know. Something to think about anyways. Let's do Explosion though before we wrap things up. And we've got more Homicide and low-key stuff. So we definitely need to think about low-key, Homicide, what he's going to do. We've got a good tag division right now, but just think if we can add in Homicide and Chavo. Yeah, we've got Homicide and low-key, but low-key is not that far away from quitting again. He's one of those guys who gets cycled in and out all the time, so you don't really want to plan long-term for him. Whereas you got Chavo and Homicide. Chavo's doing literally nothing. If he teamed up with Homicide, I really believe he'll improve a lot as well. So that would give us another viable babyface team, which is something we're kind of lacking right now. Another set of opponents for America's Most Wanted. So that would be, I think, a good move. So we might need to go ahead and organize something there and maybe insert LAX into this this bigger feud here, or maybe they challenge America's Most Wanted. I don't know, but maybe we just have them team up and just do some matches over the next few weeks and do it that way. But I will book Explosion. Maybe we'll do the Homicide turn this week, and we'll show you the results. Explosion, we've got the LAX formation, so we're going to go ahead and do it with Homicide turning babyface to pair it with Chavo Guerrero. So just a simple segment, nothing special about it. Just going to have the two come together and team up. We decided we're going to team, and that's how we turn him. Nothing too major. We then had LAX take on the New Age Outlaws, and we had, of course, well, actually, Chavo and Homicide showed excellent chemistry together. Wow, very good. There you go. Excellent chemistry. Homicide 100, Chavo 79. So Homicide was outstanding. Chavo pretty good. We had Eric Young interfere and distract the New Age Outlaws to keep that feud going, and also give us a bit of a finish. Road Dogg 84, Billy Gunn 78 as well. So 76 rated match. It was Babyface versus Babyface at the end. I probably should have changed that. I kind of forgot that they were faces when I put that together, but that's okay. It's a match that we've got out of the way. We don't have to go for that one. Matt Morgan promo Nakamura just to keep that rolling along. Lashley destroyed Sabu. Lashley 86. Well, when he's dominating someone like that, and it's a brawl-based match, which it was, he definitely gets a bit of a bump up, so that was a good effort from him. Sabu was pretty poor, 60. Steroid Ray came to Roddy Piper and asks for one more shot against Melina. She wants to prove herself that she can hang with the best. Wants another chance at Melina. And Roddy Piper can give it one. Main event was surprisingly less than I expected. R-Truth versus A-Train. Truth 78, A-Train 88. 76 rated match. Pretty poor. I guess, you know, poor announcing was an issue. A-Train held back a little bit, but that's about it. So I guess the announcing of me, BrendenPlayz, was abysmal, which brought it down a lot. So apparently we didn't have enough attractive women on the show either. With Sarah Del Rey on there, come on. So yeah, we've advanced that. I think I made a little bit of a mistake in A-Train's points. I think he had one win that he actually never had. And I'm trying to figure out where I went wrong and who actually was meant to have that win. I don't know if there is a problem there or not, but I'll have to look more into that. But A-Train is now on 14 points. I originally had him at 14 points already. He's now on 14 with that victory over R-Truth. Sid Vicious is now retired. 46, it's probably a good time to think about it, so well done. Roman Reigns' contract for developmental's up. The reason why we got Reigns is because we wanted to give him a start, give him an opportunity. You know, he's done a little bit down there. He's been the 3-time champion. He's been Next Gen and 2-time Tag Team Champion with Okada of all people. So the question is, do we give him another contract, or do we be a little bit more realistic about it? Give him a bit of a start, give him a bit of a boost, and maybe let someone else take care of him afterwards. Let me know, should we keep him or not? You let me know in the comments down below. Billy Gunn wants some more time to heal, so that might be an issue with Billy. Jim Cornette likes Matt Morgan, and Melina signs down to do a match down in the developmental. PW, a promotion, Pro Wrestling Unplugged, bankrupt, so another one bites the dust, I guess you could say. So that pretty much is what we got covered for this week. But yeah, we definitely need to keep on working on our tag division. Chavo and Homicide, I'm really liking that combination there. Sting and Steiner now, so a few new teams there. The Knockout still needs a bit more work as well, as we said, but we're working on that. Lashley will get his popularity to 85 before Bound for Glory. That would be excellent. But time for him to start just squashing some people over the next few months as he gets ready for Goldberg. But yeah, I'm really happy about what happened with Main Event Mafia and that initial debut of that new tag team. Homicide and Chavo looks good, so I'm happy. We're in a good, strong position. Sarah Del Rey, yeah, may have gone up in one region perhaps with that promo this week. So promos are definitely going to be the key to getting some of these women over, and I think that was a good call there. But yeah, so we're going to leave it there. We've got 5 more days till our next Impact, and then we've got a brand new month. Actually, no, we'll advance to the new month and we'll see if there's any new workers. Alright, so we advance to a new month here. We are now in August 2007. We had a few things to kind of chat about. Vengeance, we had big show, big match show, beat Kurt Angle, 99 rated, another big match by the big man. Let's see how good he's going in this mod. So he's averaging 89, he's won 25, he's lost 3. Big Show is plowing through everybody right now. My God. Last year he averaged 85, so this has really been his year. 2007 is the year of the Big Show. Incredible. His best matches were against Angle, Eddie, and Eddie. So, yeah, 399s there, but no hundreds. Put him against Shawn Michaels, it'll guarantee 100. John Cena beat RVD to win the world title, so that's a bit of a big piece of news. So, for the first time, Cena wins the heavyweight title in a while. He did originally have it, and he held it for a year and a bit, so a year and a half nearly, and now he's won it back. He hasn't held it since September of 06, so now he does have the belt back. He's the world champ again, beating RVD, who had a pretty good reign himself. Let's take a look. He held it, I think he beat Cena for it originally. Let's take a look. WWE Heavyweight. So he won it in September, so he had 12 title defenses, so he actually had a pretty good run. So yeah, he did beat Cena for it originally. He lost it back to Cena. RVD, 90 popularity. Cena, 91. So Van Dam nearly more popular than Cena. Quite crazy. Vengeance overall, 94 rated show, so really good from the WWE. They had a killer show. 2 big main events. Both their world title matches were awesome. So well done to them, I guess. Juventud Guerrero, his contract is up. A man who has a lot of backstage issues. He's going to be a pain in the butt if we do sign him. If we didn't get Psychosis, we're probably not going to get Guerrero to do that little faction. Mexicools. Teddy Long, if we want to have a few tag team matches take place, we could get Teddy Long in, but we're happy with who we got right now. One thing I really liked here is Abyss was loaned to our developmental for one appearance, but that's a really big loan because they get to use Abyss in a match. I don't know who he's going to take on, but that'll be really big for our developmental because they'll have our biggest and best guy, one of our best, arguably the best we have, down there to work against someone. That'd be really cool. I don't know who it's going to be. Maybe Seth Rollins, the champion. I don't know, but that'd be awesome if it was. A chance for one of our developmental guys to step up and take on one of our best and see how they really fare and if they can have a classic matchup with Abyss. So that's really, really cool as well. And the other thing, Okada has now left GFW, so we've not released him, but just let his contract expire in developmental, so we're going to let him go back to Japan or whatever. The other major piece of news was this. Sabu. He wants to be released. He's had enough. He wants out. A man who has 65 popularity. He hasn't won a match all year. He's only had 5 matches. He recently lost to Lashley. So he got destroyed by Lashley and he said, you know what? I'm done. Funny enough, that was his first match since April. So we've really not used Sabu at all. Overall, he's won 11, lost 15. Last year he won 11, lost 10. So he actually had a good year last year. He's averaging better matches this year. But because he's lost 5 matches in a row, he says, you know what? I'm fed up. I'm done. I'm out. So the issue we have is we can either accept his offer to be released and we get rid of him, or we reject his offer and he has to sit his contract out. So a little bit like the WWE in Neville, for example, in real life. If we want him to go, we can. If he doesn't, then he has to sit his contract out. We can't use him though. We can't make him wrestle. He's got to go. So there's no point keeping him going. If he doesn't want to be here, I don't want to pay him, so he can go. If he wants to leave, he can go. So Sabu officially leaves, which is disappointing because he did have some good popularity, but his performance is really starting to get bad. He performed a 60 in his last match. He's also 42. We don't do a lot of hardcore matches, so he doesn't really fit in with our roster right now. And he can go work elsewhere. With that popularity, I'm surprised maybe WWE won't pick him up, or someone else, some indie fan will pick him up. So yeah, he'll be fine, and I'm sure we'll be even better off without Sabu on the roster because, like I said, if he doesn't want to be here, we don't really want it. You know, we only want people who want to be here on our roster, that is for sure. So Sabu is gone, but now opens up another opportunity. Someone else could take his spot, someone else can get that little of a push, but Sabu wasn't really going to push. He was a guy who had some good popularity and was useful to lose to most of our guys. GFW, we had a title change. Oh my goodness. Oh no. This is the issue with having the Alliance title. Harry Smith actually beat Matt Morgan for the global title. Oh no, this has happened in the past when Nakamura beat him for it. And Matt Morgan's been beating everybody. He's been champion 2 times now, 18 title defenses. And our developmental said, you know what? Let's have this title change hands. Are you kidding me? Oh no. Well, Harry Smith beats Matt Morgan, gets the belt. So, do we have Matt Morgan get it back? We can pretend it never happened, but I might honestly think about doing that, just pretend it never happened. But I don't know. That's a real pain, isn't it? Hardcore Holly beat Nick Jackson. Team Slayer, who's that? Team Slayer's for the women. Beat Riot Act, and Ambrose and Kofi beat the Shield. So Ambrose and Kofi beat Reigns and Rollins. So yep, that happened. Okay. There you go. But yeah, that's a big title change. Something we really didn't want to happen, especially when we're thinking about having Nakamura win the belt. But that's, I guess, the issue we've got. That's what can happen. We've brought that on ourselves, and we can't actually have Harry Smith be replaced as champion. So we have to kind of run with it and have him keep the belt or lose the belt. So yeah, I don't know. It could be a blessing in disguise. We can get it away from Matt Morgan organically without him losing any popularity or him losing it at all on our TV, and let someone else win it back and go from there. I don't know. But that's the issue you've got when you want to have the title on all your brands. It could happen to Melina as well, which would be disappointing if it did, but it could happen, and it could change hands, but let's hope it doesn't. But what it does do is allows the developmental workers to mingle in with our champion and test themselves against our champion. And if they work against someone who's a better worker, their skills will improve, and that's the beauty of it. We get them to work with our champion and they can have good matches there. But that's the issue as well. They run the risk of potentially having the title change hands. So a little bit disappointing there, not the finish we would have hoped for the end of the show. So thank you for coming along and checking out the episode here today. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like on it. As always, 100 likes, another episode for you guys. So keep liking. Don't leave without leaving the a like on this video. I'll be streaming Total Extreme Wrestling on the weekend on my Twitch, twitch.tv/BrendenPlayz at about 11 AM Eastern Standard Time on Saturday and Sunday. I'll be streaming WWE 2010, so don't miss it. We'll probably have Survivor Series on Sunday, so that's going to be huge, so do not miss that one. Thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you subscribe to see more, and I'll see you on the next one.